Oh, wow. What? Another Survivor episode. And we're almost done. That makes me sad. Anyway, welcome to The Cup, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where the tea is piping hot and we're always ready to spill. I'm Logan Murphy, just a gay, here just with water. Just water today.
And yes, hello. I am Lana, your resident diva, always here to give you the tea, drink the tea, spill the tea, and I love the tea. So if you have the tea, you know what to do. Hit me up and let me know what it is. Yeah, just water. I mean, I had my caffeine earlier, and I don't need too much. I don't need too much because I need to sleep later on tonight because I got to work in the morning. So
I am going, breaking the fourth wall, I'm going on 22 hours with about an hour of sleep. I took a nap earlier and I'm surprised I'm awake because normally when I nap, I just sleep. So I'm genuinely surprised I was able to wake myself out of it. But nevertheless, we're here and we're talking about Survivor, the penultimate week of Survivor 42.
Yes. Oh, a lot and nothing happened again. We've been having a lot of this.
This season is really a lot of everything and nothing. And I have enjoyed it, definitely. Mm-hmm. But it's been a lot of truly everything and nothing happening in one episode. But I guess let's just start at the top, as we always do.
As we do.
Dre is gone.
Dre is gone.
And I'm sad. And the big thing I was looking for, we talked about it in our previous episode. Go check that one out. But I was wondering whether Omar would give Mike his idol back, and he does. Because he's a good person.
Yeah, only a snake would keep someone's idol, right?
Right. Mm-hmm. Right. Sam from Australia, I'm looking directly at you.
But Sam did not keep the idol. She didn't have to give it back because she voted that person right on out with the idol. Now, obviously, if you have it and that person's gone,
that part.
So. I really wasn't mad at that move, Sam, by the way.
No.
I kind of thought it was savage and loved it, every second of it.
Yeah. I mean, we brought it up on multiple episodes of this season, so clearly it had an impact on all of us. But, yeah, so the back at camp portion before we dive into the reward is really just like another example of Mike truly not knowing how to play this game properly. Where once again, he's going from, oh, I trust this person to, oh, wait, no, we need to get this person out.
Yeah.
This happened with all of his allies. And guess what? It's now happened with Omar. Wow, the trend continues. What? Truly.
You want to get out your ally? Who? Mike? Mike would never.
Mike, what? No.
This man.
I'm very happy we only have one more episode and then we can never speak of him again.
This man.
I'm very happy about it. But we move to the reward challenge. We got a reward.
Yeah, I was shocked. This late in the game, was they still giving out reward challenges? I'm like, oh.
I'm like,
okay.
Well, they have to like legally feed them. So this was their opportunity to do so. And I love these challenges because we get the return of one of my favorite implements in a challenge, and that is the giant spinning wheel. Because it just provides entertainment every single time they do it. And oh boy, it happened this time. But yes, so we have spinning, unspooling, obstacle, puzzle is how this challenge went down today. And I just would like to spend the majority of this episode, as we typically do, discussing Marianne Oketch, because she fully spins herself off the damn course 3 times in the span of this unspooling.
Yeah. I mean, look, I would be the same way.
Oh, yeah, same.
I get dizzy just spinning once around. I'm like, whoa, ooh, calm down. I get dizzy if I stand up too fast. So.
I don't know how I would ever be able to do this challenge.
Very slowly.
I literally would be like, I'm taking my time, Jeff. We're not risking anything.
Right.
Nope.
Yeah. No.
You know what? I don't need that. I don't need that chocolate cake that much. No, I'm good. Yeah. I'm good. But then we see, and I've seen a lot of discourse online about this, we see this counter spinning technique from Marianne, which I'm pretty sure is not the first time we've seen it on Survivor.
What counter spinning? What?
So once everybody's done spinning, they then have to cross like this bounce beam, and she spins in the opposite direction, which I've been told works.
It worked for her because she's done, and then she was able to complete the rest of the challenge.
Exactly. So I've just seen. I think RHAB did an entire episode devoted to this counter spinning. I think I saw that right. I was like,
is it a slow news day? Apparently. Slow news day. We don't have nothing else to talk about.
Well, I guess.
Uh-huh.
Trying to get as much Survivor content before
the finale. Possible. Right, I guess.
Sure. Not mad at it. But we get to the puzzle, and I remember this puzzle very distinctly because I believe the first time it was done, which was on Cagayan, where Cass makes the epic comeback during the Family Reward Challenge. And so I was truly like, oh, I don't know who's going to get this. And like, Marianne had a good chunk of it done. Lindsay had a good chunk of it done. But Omar comes through and wins his first challenge as an individual. We love to see it.
Yep.
And so he's now faced with this dilemma of Jeff giving 2 different options. You can choose sustenance, which is like chicken, vegetables, good food. Or you can pick decadence, and it's chocolates, sweets, all that kind of stuff. We also find out from Jeff that if Omar chooses sustenance, he gets to pick 2 people to go with him. And if he picks decadence, he gets to pick 3 people to go with him.
I would have picked sustenance.
Same.
Being out on the island for however many days, only eating rice, if you're lucky enough to get a reward, and when you do, I would have picked vegetables because you are lacking vegetables, and when you're out there, because all you're eating is rice, and you need
rice and fruit.
You need some kind of protein and some vegetables to balance. Chocolate and sweets are not going to do it. And I would have so picked sustenance. But Absolutely. He wanted to pick more people. And I guess I can understand that, reward more people. But I feel like they would have understood if your body, like my body is craving sustenance. I need
Absolutely.
to be full and filled, and chocolate and cookies is not going to do it. But he chose it because there's more people, and that was nice. Yeah. I guess a nice option, but Yeah.
It would have been a no-brainer for me as well.
No,
It would have
no-brainer.
been sustenance, no questions asked.
Most definitely.
So he ends up picking Marianne, Mike, and Romeo, leaving Jonathan and Lindsay back at camp.
Telling them, just eat all the rice. Eat all the rice.
Okay. But yeah, so I love the juxtaposition of these four on the reward eating like this cake, and like all the sweets and everything, and then you just see Jonathan and Lindsay just scooping rice out of a leaf, just like, oh yeah, we need to work together on this next boat. Oh yeah, totally, absolutely. No, y'all are lying to each other.
Neither one of y'all want to work with each other.
Y'all acknowledged in confessional, y'all don't want to work together.
Y'all don't want to work with each other, but okay.
Work divas. Yeah, no, I think honestly, like, and I'm not a huge cake person either. So like I would have like enjoyed that cake, but I probably would have had like 2 bites. And especially chocolate cake, not my thing.
I mean, I would have. I don't. Sure, cake is cake, but after being without real food or anything delicious like that, you would have ate that whole cake. I would have ate that whole piece of cake.
Oh, probably, yeah.
I would be like, "Yep, thank you." I mean, it's not gonna fill me, but it's something to taste good right now in my mouth. So I would appreciate the reward, but sustenance would have been, no brainer.
Anybody want cake? I have to bring up Libra at every possible opportunity I can because
Libra's an icon. Let's not act like Libra was not queen. Period.
Truly. So we go straight from that into immunity, and finally, it's not an endurance challenge. Yay! It's a miracle.
I was like, because I was nervous because the reward challenge was a puzzle. I'm like, oh, we're going to go back to an immunity challenge. It's going to be endurance again.
Yep. I thought the same thing.
But thankfully it was not.
Yes.
And we did not have to deal with, we already know what this is going to come down to.
And it was a Survivor Classic, which I really like. The ladder or the stair puzzle to then the top puzzle or the table maze,
right,
which is a classic. It happens a lot. I loved seeing this challenge. Whether it was this close in real life, I'm not sure, but they really edited it to be very, very close between Jonathan and Lindsay.
Yes.
I felt so bad because Marianne was like keeping up at the back. Like even Romeo was doing well, and Marianne was like, "I'm coming," and I was like, "Marianne, I love you. I love you, Marianne. I want you to win an immunity challenge." But it comes down to Mike. Mike was kind of in it. He gets there like third, I think, and I think he might have gotten one. I don't remember. It comes down to Jonathan and Lindsay. It's very, very close. Jonathan drops his ball, and Lindsay wins immunity.
Yeah. Whoop, whoop.
Work, diva. But yes. So now here is the thing, and we kind of talked about it last week. The idol of it all.
The idol of it all.
Because now Lindsay's safe. And so I'm going into this tribal with the mindset of, everybody has to use their idols. So everybody's going to use their idols. And spoiler alert, nobody uses an idol. And I'm just like, because they're available to be used at Final 5?
Everybody does not have to use their idol. Only the amulet holder has to use their idol. Yeah. So that is what we found out. That is only the amulet. The person who had the amulet was only required to use it at Final 6.
Well, it was advantages were up at Final 6.
Advantages, which is amulet was an advantage. Is up at Final 6.
We'll talk about the extra vote.
And the extra vote. Everything had to be done at Final 6. All the advantages had to be out of the way at Final 6. And the idols could be played up until final 5. So
which is different, right?
I want to say yes. I want to say I thought all idols had to be done at final 6 and advantages at final 7.
That's what I thought it was as well. It may be because it's a 26-day season. Like, did they change it for 41 and now we're just implementing that in 42 and I just don't remember?
Maybe.
Because I like my number one example of, idols have to be used at final 6 is literally the Suri of it all.
Right.
Because the only reason Suri went home is because everyone had to play their idols at final 6.
At final 6. Right.
And so I truly was going into this tribal before we get like the discussion and everything at camp. I was like, there is a real chance that we could get a Suri moment again. Where like, because at this point, Mike has an idol, Lindsay has an idol, Marianne has an idol. And I was like, if one of the other 3 guys gets safety, or like in this instance, Lindsay would have played her idol presumably on Omar. And then like, what if Jonathan or Romeo plays their shot in the dark and
save
safety?
Yes.
I was like, we truly could have. There is a universe where Jonathan could have been Suri'd out of the game.
Yep.
And I would have loved to see it.
I would have loved to see. Look, the Suri moment of it all sucks because it's Suri. But if it happened to anybody else, I would have been
happened
here
to someone
for
I hate.
I would have been here for it,
laughing for the rest of eternity.
Right.
Like,
it sucked because it was Suri, but it was classic move. It was like crazy.
I know she probably wouldn't, but I've heard rumblings that season 50 is going to be Legends, and like I just want Suri back one more time.
One more time.
I don't think she would. I think she's publicly said Game Changers was her last. And like, if that's the case, I understand. Because that's the single most iconic way to be voted out of Survivor.
Yeah.
And so like, I understand.
Look, I mean, let's be real and let's be real. Suri is like, look, y'all, I was older coming into Game Changers and all the other games I played.
She's been a woman of a certain age.
Yes. Survivor is not the game for...
Oh. She's younger than I thought.
How old is her?
She's only 51.
Oh, she can do it.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Oh, I thought she was like a...
I thought she was in her...
late,
she looks beautiful.
She looks 51. Gorgeous. She's gorgeous. Look, we all know black don't crack. So let's keep that. Let's keep that real. She could have been 60, 70 and still looked that amazing.
I had something in my mind, I guess, that she was in her late 40s on Game Changers, but I guess she was just in her early 40s.
I thought she was much older, but not because of what she looked like. I just thought age, how long it has been since she's played the game, that I figured that she must have been a little, but she can still do it. I bet she could.
Well, with producing 2 seasons of Survivor a year, that would mean that like Legends would be out in like 4 years. She'd be 55, 56. Like, hey,
maybe.
We've had older people go on Survivor and win. Hey, Bob.
Right. So
I'm here for it.
Not you saying what I'm saying.
We normally say the same things.
You say what I'm saying. But yeah, I would love to see it. But okay. All right.
Yeah. I just want Suri and Parvati one more time.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
And Erica.
Sure.
Imagine Suri, Parvati, and Erica on the same season.
Sure. Look, and let's talk about the one that they did not invite for Winners at War, who should have been there for Winners at War. But okay.
I do want to shout out. I don't think it's happened since our last recording, but
20 years.
20 years. Congratulations, Zepia. Period.
The first and only Black woman to win Survivor. 20 years.
We might have a second.
We should have a second. I'm putting it out in the atmosphere. I'm putting it out in the atmosphere. We're going to have a second this year.
We've said since episode 1. We've said since episode 1. That's all I'm saying.
That's all I'm saying. When it happens on the next finale, on our recap for finale night, when it happens, you won't be able to tell me and Logan nothing because we said it from the cast.
I was gonna say, I think our both of our heart picks were Marianne. I don't think our head picks. I don't think were Marianne. I don't remember mine.
I don't remember mine either. But my heart pick
mine might have been Omer, actually, now that I'm thinking about it.
I have to go back and watch because I don't remember.
Yeah,
but
I will.
I know my heart pick was Marianne.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. So going back to the Survivor 42 of it all, we kind of get these 3 duos, essentially. Now at this final 6, we have Lindsay and Omer, who are like, no, Jonathan didn't win this challenge. We need to get Jonathan out now. We then have Jonathan and Mike, who for some reason are deciding to target Romeo. Didn't make a whole lot of sense to me.
I think they were trying to go with the easy vote, because if you go with the easy vote, then it takes the pressure off of them. Well, they won't look like the target, the bigger fish in the. Let's just go with the easy vote. The one who's not a part of us.
Sure. But then we get Marianne and Romeo. So Romeo gets linked into this plan with Marianne. Marianne is really trying to make this Omer vote happen because she sees that finally someone is recognizing that Omer has played the hell out of this game.
Marianne. Because at first, Romeo was like, Jonathan can go.
Yes.
And Marianne was like, okay, Jonathan maybe can go, but, let's think about this. Omer single-handedly got Drea out of this game. Yep. And not only single-handedly got Drea out of this game, but did it in front of the jury. So everybody saw that happen. Yep. And that's the move people last remember is of the bigger moves, because all the other moves, all the other votes have been smaller votes. Not huge moves were made to make those votes happen. Like Chanel's vote wasn't a huge move to make it happen. It was just like everybody's voting Chanel.
The only other one that was like incredibly like dramatic in the moment in that specific tribal, I was gonna say Tori.
I mean, it wasn't because of the vote. It was because of the drama within seeing the other vote. It wasn't because they were because they had their going in, they were going to vote out Drea. That's what the plan was. It wasn't drama with the vote. It was dramatic because of circumstances around that. But I think as far as moves being made, the biggest move since thing was High. And then now it was Drea. Yeah. And who was behind both of those moves was Omer. Yeah. So Marianne was like, wait, no. This man has made 2 huge moves in front of the jury, and we sitting here not thinking about him.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Plus, and I think it was Marianne that brought this up as well, Jonathan is only getting weaker as the days go on. Because he didn't go on the chocolate reward. He didn't get it. He even brings it up in a confessional at one point. He's like, I feel myself getting weaker, which good, bye, whatever. But at this point, Marianne's like, we need to maybe shift to Omer. And so Romeo gets on board.
Yep.
Thank God. Thank you, Romeo.
Thank you,
Romeo. You may be a 0 vote finalist probably, but thank you, Romeo.
Thank you, because you were smart enough to recognize what needed to happen, unlike Mike and Jonathan. Because Marianne also went to those 2 and tried to give them the plan for Omer. And Mike, being who he is, thinking now that he's the king of the castle and he running stuff, is like, well, that doesn't make any sense to me. Because, what if this vote turns out to be on me? What if it turns out to be on me? I'm like, Mike, you have an idol. If the vote if you have an inkling it's going to turn out to be on you, you have a freaking idol.
Does he forget that he has this idol? Like, that's a genuine question, because I just get so confused by Mike.
I mean, I understand you not wanting to use it. I understand him not wanting to use it and save it to Final Five. I get it. But he's acting like even if the vote happens to fall on him, he couldn't get himself out of it. And I'm just like, dude, if anybody should be worried, it's Jonathan, not you.
Yeah.
Because,
it's I just don't know. This whole interaction between Marianne, Mike, and Jonathan just infuriated me. Because I'm just like, why are we... once again, two big macho men discrediting the words of a woman. We've seen it all season from them. I'm not surprised. It still just infuriates me.
And can I interject one moment? Not only was he there, they discrediting the voice of a woman, the ideas from the woman, but you're discrediting the ideas from a black woman when black women have been saving this country for years. Years! I tell you, years. Mm-hmm. And people still don't listen to black women. We know what we're talking about when we say what we're saying because we go through things some people don't ever have to go through. So when a black woman is telling you something that is for real, like this is an idea and that they're passionate about, you might want to take a pause, pray, and then proceed to listen to that black woman.
Oh no! Where is my pause? Pray proceed. I don't know where it is.
It's in the original one, I think.
Is it? I don't. Is it here? And I found it.
Yep. Pause. When a black woman is telling you something and she's very passionate about it, pause, listen, pray, and think about what she's saying, and then proceed to listen to her because she's mostly 98%, 99.9% of the time she's right about it.
Yep.
I'm just gonna say that.
Very that.
But they weren't hearing it. But we've seen we've seen Jonathan just totally dismiss Lindsay on several occasions when she was telling him correctly.
Drea.
Now Marianne. Like it's a pattern with this man. He does not listen to women. We get it. I understand. I see you.
But all is not lost because we go to Tribal.
Yes, we do.
And I just want to say this is the first time we've seen Drea on jury. God, Drea is beautiful.
She's gorgeous.
God, she is beautiful.
Did the flower with her hair?
Also, Chanel looked great at this trial. Not that she hasn't. Yeah.
All of them just look so cute. And I think with Drea being in jury now, her and Chanel could talk, and then Chanel, they dress each other up, which is cute.
Okay, can we... Side tangent, because I've been very confused. I really like watching, and I don't know if you agree with this, Lana, I really like watching the Ponderosa videos.
I have not seen the Ponderosa video.
They have not released the Ponderosa videos.
Oh, because they said it's been discussed why we haven't had Ponderosa things, well, and a lot of it.
They'll talk like in codes about it, but
apparently something happened, or somebody said something happened in 41. People are trying to blame Shan for the reason they don't have Ponderosa. Shan has come out and said she has nothing to do with the reason they don't have Ponderosa. Apparently there were complaints about Ponderosa and some things that happened during 41. Shan said she was not the one who complained, and she was not the one that had the complaint put on her. But apparently there were complaints about someone, probably on the production team. And so therefore the head of production who does Ponderosa is no longer on the island. And so I feel like maybe they just didn't have anyone there to do it. And so they are not doing it. But
that's unfortunate.
But Shan has come out and said that she had nothing to do with it, even though people were trying to put it on her, saying she was being difficult and ponderosa and had some complaints, and that people were like, and I was like,
Shocker, claims that a black woman is being difficult. Are we surprised? No.
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 But
no, because I think this would have been such a cute, like a lovely cast and like a lovely jury minus Tori. See Ponderosa.
No, you know what? Stop doing that to Tori. That girl did nothing wrong. I kind of am not. I mean, look, besides her personal beliefs, that has nothing to do with what she did on Survivor. On Survivor, she was not.
Yeah. Tori, the character, is perfectly acceptable in whatever.
Right. Tori, her personal beliefs and all that other stuff, whatever she wanted to believe.
Trash. Boo. Trash.
Don't need it.
Tomato. Trash.
Boo, boo, boo.
Tori, the character, is like whatever.
She's basic white girl.
Yeah.
On Survivor. And see, because it's a difference. Like, we got Tori, basic, not, nothing exciting. Then you have Lindsay, who rose to just be who I thought would be a basic white girl, who just rose to be just amazing. So
I know we've brought this up multiple times in talking through these episodes. Do you remember how much we both expected to hate Lindsay?
Yeah.
We both were like, this girl is loud and energetic from New Jersey. We were both like, oh God, Lord help us.
I was like, this girl's gonna be the one who's gonna get on my nerves.
She has truly become one of my favorites.
I adore Lindsay. I feel like this is judging a book by its cover 101. We did that, and now we look like fools because we did it. Guess what? Clown. I'll put on my clown makeup because I clown myself.
Oh, same.
Because Lindsay is an amazing human being.
We do it every season that we do a cast assessment.
Of course. But that's what cast assessment is for. We judge books before that we don't even know them. Like, same thing with BB Can. I knew I wasn't going to like Kevin. Kevin turned out to be an amazing winner.
Yep.
Amazing winner. Because he knew how to play this game. And he played the game that I like watching people play. It was like, I'm enjoying watching you play. I might not think you're a human, like the greatest person in the world. He might not be on the top 10 of my favorite people. Like, he wouldn't have been my favorite house guest, but he was an amazing game player, and he made me want to watch him. So yeah, we do. That's what cast assessment is about. We judge people before we know anything or before we see anything. But I put my clown makeup on proudly for Lindsay, because Lindsay has turned out to be fabulous. I adore that woman, and if they don't bring her back for a future season of Survivor, I would be very upset.
If she wins, I wouldn't be upset either.
I wouldn't be upset if she won either. No. It's two people left on this cast who I wouldn't mind winning, and I wouldn't be upset if they won. Lindsay and Marianne. Everybody else, I'd be upset if they won. I'm not even going to lie.
For the fact that it would be another gay winner, I wouldn't fully hate anything if Romeo won. I don't think
hate it.
It wouldn't be deserved by any means of the imagination.
I would fully hate it because he did nothing to deserve that win.
Unless he pulls some moves in the final
in the finale, this is Romeo. If Romeo coming in and be like, okay, now it's time for me to play. Bam, bam, bam. I'm winning competitions, and I'm making strategic moves, and I'm getting people out. Guess what?
And I volunteer for the fire making, and I take out Jonathan at fire making. I don't know.
Then I'll be like, Romeo, period. But as of right now, I would be mad if he won right now.
Yeah. So, tribal council, everybody's talking just nonsense, whatever. At this point in the game, we just have to think about all of the factors contributing to the end game of this game that we're playing and we've been playing, and oh my God, I love all of these people. I'm just like, I don't care. We get to the vote.
Wait, we have to talk about how when Jeff asked, how confident are you in this game? And it was Omar who was like, I guess I'm Survivor confident, because you can only be confident in what you know, but you don't know what everybody else is going to do. You can just know what you're going to do and then trust that what you're going to do is going to work for you, but you don't really know what everybody else is going to do. And so he was like, I'm survivor confident. And I was like, you know what? That's a smart answer. Because you can't fully go into any tribal council fully 100% confident that you're not going anywhere.
Unless you have a necklace around your neck or an idol in your
pocket. Exactly.
But so even then, with the idol in your pocket, like you could misplay it and then...
Yeah, you could misplay it and still go home. So, but speaking of idols, we haven't talked about the idol that Lindsay has in her pocket as the amulet, and she talks to Omer, because I saw a tweet earlier about mispronouncing Omer's name, because some people really hate when their name is mispronounced. So I'm going to pronounce it correctly.
Omer. Mm-hmm.
Omer. She tells Omer that I have this idol, but I don't want to use it because I don't want it to recirculate back into the game. Yeah. And Omer is like, yeah, sure, that makes sense. And I'm like, what?
But also, bestie, save me.
Right. Because but see, this is what I'm like, but Lindsay, your idol is from an advantage, not just an idol. So that idol, even if it were, and this was the last time you could use it, so it wouldn't recirculate if it was the last time it could. I did not understand how she didn't put 2 and 2 together. Like 2 plus 2 makes 4. If it's the last time you can use it, it can't be recirculated.
I'm gonna say because it's day 22 and she's eaten almost nothing.
Maybe
which I'm gonna attribute it to just survivor fatigue, honestly, because I feel like that's probably what it was. Because like we're sitting here on our couches putting 2 and 2 together, but exactly. Like in the game, any multiple number of factors could be at play.
True. But Omer had the same fatigue too, I guess, because he ain't even think about saying like, no, it won't recirculate. Just that's sad.
Well, and Omer also didn't fully know the entire terms of the whole amulet of it all. True. Maybe Lindsay didn't either, and it wasn't specified. I'm not sure.
But okay, yeah, she didn't use. She was not going to use it, and Omer knew she wasn't going to use it. Yeah. But they were very confident in their plan to get out Jonathan at this point because Marianne and Romeo both were like, "Yeah, Jonathan has to go." So we get to the vote, and ladies and gentlemen, Marianne Okesh is a queen. Is an icon, is a legend. There's no one like her. She's amazing. Because she knew 2 and 2 makes 4, but 3
is the magic number.
3 is the magic number.
So,
and since she has this extra vote in her pocket that she had since almost the beginning of this game.
Since episode 2.
She has an extra vote. Yeah. Extra vote, which Omer knew about.
No, it was episode 1, wasn't it? She went on the first
She went on the first trick. Thank you, Jenny, for giving.
Thank you, Jenny. Yes, Jenny.
Thank you, Jenny, for giving Marianne this extra vote. Because
let me paint the scene. So, okay. Jeff has Mr. Jeff, as apparently we're calling him now. I know. Jeff has the urn, and he says, 2 votes Romeo. And I'm like, oh no. And then he's like, 2 votes Jonathan. And I'm like, oh good, okay.
Okay.
Omer. And Omer just looks at Marianne. And Jeff is like, 1 vote left. And Omer knows that Marianne has the extra vote. And he turns to her and he's just like, did you do it? And she's like, I did.
I
And Omer gets voted out in a 3-2 to 2.
Boom, boom, boom.
I love Omer. I think
do.
he is one of the most dynamic players to play in the last 10 seasons. But God, this is one of my favorite blindsides of all time.
Omer, let's talk about Omer. Omer is a gem. Yes. Omer played an amazing game. Omer would have won this game hands down in the final three.
Absolutely.
But Omer got too comfortable and forgot that everybody else, that other people going to recognize just how good he was.
Yep.
But the only person who seemed to really recognize that is the queen, is the legend, Miss Marianne O'Kesh herself, because she was like, not today, Satan, we will not have it.
And I sincerely appreciated that Omer had the awareness in that moment to fully give Marianne her flowers in front of the jury.
It was beautiful because there was no way Jonathan or Mike could take that away from her or could try to claim that it was their move to make, because neither one of them did it. Romeo can't even take it away because it wasn't his vote that made it happen. It was her extra vote that made it happen.
And he would have been like the only person that maybe, if Marianne isn't in the final three and Romeo is.
He definitely assisted her in this.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
If Marianne scored the goal in soccer, Romeo gets credit for the assist. But
Romeo passed her the ball and then she slam dunked it, period.
Yeah. So, but yeah, we have a final five going into the finale. Yep. Yeah, I think it's Lindsay or Marianne for me. If Romeo really steps up his game, you know what? I wouldn't be all that upset because gays. I also love, I don't know if you saw this on Twitter, but at the start of the season, there was a whole thing of like gays for Mike. And then we found out how horrible of a person Mike is. But now Mike has effectively voted for every single queer person that he could on this season. And I just find that funny. I also want to recognize that Omer is the first original Taku member to be voted out since Mariah.
Yes. Taku killed this game. Taku, all props to every member of Taku because they did this right. Yeah. They played it and they didn't turn on each other. That when they said they were a core four, they meant that thing. And even though we all know Jonathan would have been quickly to throw out Marianne any chance he got, he never had the opportunity to do that.
Yeah.
So
finale is tomorrow at the time that we're recording. Lindsay or Marianne for the win, please. Romeo, if he makes some moves, I wouldn't be mad. But at this point, not a man, please. I would like 2 women in a row. Thank you.
Thank you. And I wouldn't mind 2 Canadian women.
I also would not mind 2 Canadian women.
Just saying.
So there's that. Survivor done.
Survivor done. You know what? It is what it is. We will be back for a finale, and we will talk about everything about the finale. Follow us. You know what to do on your way out. Hit the subscribe button and the bells. Follow us on Twitter at thecup_reality to find out all of everything that we're going to do, and our next shows and recordings and everything. We're in our lull period, but it's still a lot.
Oh, picking up. It's picking up now.
It's going to start picking up again because a lot's going to start happening. But yeah, and if you just want to, follow some cool people, follow me and Logan. We love all new followers. If you check us out, the gym leader Logan and Lady J78, follow us on Twitter. We'll be happy to follow you back. because that's who we are. We're just lovely people. We love new people.
Absolutely.
And also, if you're a donor for a kidney donor, I haven't mentioned it before earlier, but I'll mention it now. If you're a kidney donor, or you know someone who wants to donate a kidney to someone, my friend Kimberly Davis is in need of one. She's a lovely woman who would love to continue her life. And so if you want to help her continue her life, call UAB at 205-975-9200 and choose option 4, and they will give you all the information you need for that. Or if you can't donate or know anyone who will donate, your thoughts and your prayers will be very much happily and appreciated. So
absolutely.
Thank you.
And if you would like to be a part of the cup, I think at this point I will probably have posted a Google form. I went professional and I made a Google form. So
look at us.
Right. So check out it'll be linked on Twitter. Do all of that lovely stuff. And
I mean, look, who would want to come hang out with Logan and myself?
And a bunch of other fun people.
And a bunch of other fun people to come and talk about anything reality. We are opening up our lives and opening up our show for you. So if you want to be a part of the cup, fill out that Google form and we will be getting back to you as soon as we can. So
that part. So with that, cheers, my love.
Cheers, my love. Bye.
Stand Marianne for Clearskin as always.
As always, Lindsay or Marianne for the win, period.
Yes, God.
Bye-bye.
Bye.